Hey there again, like my Forte freaks, or I think I named you the Falls are folks. I forgot. But anyways, welcome back to another game playthrough. Let's let the cutscene render in, and then I'll explain what's been going on and where I've been. No, because it's been some time.
Oh, we're alive! We made it! It's our lucky day, V. Let's go find a game of cards.
These Glyphot roots, they're everywhere.
Well, we are underground.
Then I guess we have some clearing up to do.
And me without my gardening shears.
Alright, so anyways, now we're gonna get into what's been happening to me. And this part of the section of this playthrough is gonna be called Forte's Folklore. And for those of you who basically know what the word for folklore means, it basically is just another way of saying story. So anyways, it's story time basically. Anyways, so what's been happening with me? Basically life, and mostly school and work, and maybe every now and then the bros or the bras or the potential girlfriends. Because you can't forget the potential girlfriends. But anyways, so basically mostly school. So right now basically I have 4 classes. Basically I'm there like every freaking day except Tuesday. Like literally have a 7-hour shift to another 7 hours is literally 12 hours. And no, I'm not like exaggerating, because some days are like that and some days are not. And it's just it's just basically my decisions that I've been making. Basically it's like, because I mean, like at the same time, like one thing that I really hate is like if you don't have prior registration, just in general, like where you're at or like whatever school you have, you don't get the classes that you need right away. They make you wait. Then basically, if you really need a class, then you have to end up, like taking it later on in the day, or basically you have to work around your schedule around it. That's what ended up happening to me basically. So basically, for me, I didn't get the class right away, and I had to get it later. Sorry about that. I think I'm catching the flu, guys. But anyways, so that's just one thing that's been going on, and that's one main reason why I haven't been, posting. I didn't forget about you guys. I mean, honestly, I'm being truthful with you guys. I didn't forget. Like, trust me, YouTube was on my mind. It's just that, I just couldn't, because basically, I'm taking chemistry, I'm taking a music class I didn't want to take. It's part of a cultural, because the thing is, in my college, basically, not to graduate, but just transfer units and all that in general, they required me to take, a cultural class, and I guess, basically, music fits the profile, which is complete bullshit, because the thing is, look, I literally took already 2 semesters of freaking, what's it called, of history. And technically history is culture, because technically you're learning about a specific, if it's race, people and all that, so that should technically count as a culture. I even asked a bunch of my friends, other teachers and all that, and I just find it stupid how the college still says, after 2 semesters of a history class, I still don't, it still doesn't qualify as a culture. But then again, bitching only gets you so far in life. Some people succeed, some people don't. I'm not gonna continue with it, only because it's I feel like I'm just talking to a wall, and this wall would be a wall that wouldn't ever respond. Or just stay still. I mean, maybe they considered my opinion, maybe they didn't, but honestly I didn't feel like getting into detail, only because I have better things to do. I have classes to take, and I mean, me finding an administration just to get some sort of ruling, or some sort of basically in this case just them answering just a question, and me just having at the time or me just not caring enough just to what they really say. But anyways, back to what I was about to say. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. Main reason I haven't been posting, but again, it's not that I didn't feel like it, it's not that I cry on you guys, it's just that school got in the way, so did work, because recently because the thing is, right now what I'm doing is basically I'm a supervisor for agriculture, or basically what the majority of my group may call it, basically field work. The thing is this, I'm not actually doing the work. If anything, all I'm doing is just supervising people. It's a pretty sweet gig. I mean, I make more than they do. They kind of get pissed off. They mostly get pissed off because they just don't like the idea of basically it's because the thing is, okay, so I recently turned 20, right? some of these people have been here the majority of their life. They haven't even got a promotion in like that long. And what's pissing them off is that, you know, like I guess the boss pisses me more, even though I haven't been working for him that long. And basically, they just don't find it fair. Like they just don't get like how a rookie, aka me, can have so much experience and like basically also I also don't even have time, guys. Like I'm being straight, like I'm being for real. Like sometimes like I literally like leave the work early, and I guess the owner is cool with me leaving. I just have to report that I left, and then someone usually takes over. Usually they're like the next person that knows the most about it. But usually that's like it's uncommon, because usually I end up staying like the whole shift basically, you know. Like if they ask me, you know, to take an 8-hour shift, I take the 8-hour shift, and I don't really complain. Because I mean, there's no reason to. I mean, money is money, you know, and if they're offering it for you, and they're offering like a certain amount, like why not take it? Because I mean, we all have bills, we all have shit to pay, so you know, that's one thing. Besides, you know, school, and then obviously there's friends, you know, like you guys are my friends at the same time. But if you think about it, like I'm being introduced to this first. Like I know some of you, you know, you do like my content, some of you don't. Maybe some of you just subscribe but you don't watch anymore. You know, that's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, like, support only goes so far. I mean, if someone's willing to stay there, like from day one, they'll stay. But if they don't feel like it, then you know, why waste your time and energy trying to influence someone who, like, probably doesn't like, you know, just like your content. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna be beggar. You know, I don't feel like begging you, you know, for support. It's like if you want to help me out, you know, help me out. But it's like if you don't plan on being there, like when I really need it, then you know, it is what it is. You know, don't need to complain. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it for like, you know, like just like basically what's been going on. A couple corrections before we get going, in case I failed to mention it at the beginning of the video. Like last video when we basically when we first discovered, well, depending on like, you know, if you've been playing the game, you know, as long as I have, or it has just recently started. I remember like specifically saying that, you know, like at one point that, you know, like basically like V has like some sort of like a Super Saiyan transformation, but there's a cutscene and I'll come back to it right now. And now we have an Olympus Queen. I guess the highest like level, or like I don't know, like of this minion basically. Anyways, back to what I was gonna say before. You know, I kind of went off with my, you know, me babbling. Anyways, basically what I was gonna get at was basically is that you know, I described V having a transformation like Dante, because you know, like most of you that are watching this are either returning or new, but you know, basically you know the game, you know what's going on. You know, basically, you know, these guys, they're like demons, they have extraordinary powers. It's basically like they can level up basically in a sense. And in this case, you know, V's no different. Like he's also a devil. We just don't know if like his like intentions of, you know, like joining the team are for good or bad. We just, you know, we can't call him out for it. Anyways, so basically, you know, I ended up stating they turned Super Saiyan. That was a false, like just like me falsely saying it. What I meant to say was actually, you know, Ultra Instinct, because if you think about it, like this is base form V right here, and if you compare him to like base form Goku, they both have black hair, you know. Only that I guess in this case you could say that V, like basically it's like V's more emo and Goku's like Goku. But anyways, what I was trying to get at like from that was basically that, you know, like at the end of it, like both of them like have a transformation where basically it's like they go, like their hair is like at one point basically like black as can be, and then it goes gray or silver, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I'm not going to get into the whole topic of that. I just wanted to, you know, basically state that I made a mistake, you know, because Super Saiyan's technically like okay, so depending on like how you like, you know, interpret colors, or if you're like an art major, to me, like the manga and the anime has always described his hair color to be golden. Most people say yellow, and then there's obviously like the crowd that says blonde. I don't care what color it is. I'm not an art major. To me, I've always said golden, only because you know, basically, if you remember like the old Majin Buu series, Videl, she would always say that Gohan like reminded her as the golden fighter, Golden Fighter in this case basically being Super Saiyan, you know, before he went to Saiyaman. So there you go. You know, for those of you who do know Dragon Ball, or for those who don't know Dragon Ball. But that's what I'm trying to get at basically. It's like they stay golden hair, so I'm saying that the color is gold. If it's blonde, it's blonde. If it's yellow, it's yellow. You know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna get into the whole discussion because at the end they're all pigments of a color. But anyways, oh, and sorry about that, guys. It's just that, you know, I just have that one friend that, you know, really likes like when I text back like right away. Because I mean, we all have a friend that's like, you know, like always like, you know, like what's taking you so long to text. She just happens to be one of them, so you know. But anyways, what's been also going on with my life? Okay, so literally like less than a week ago, what ended up happening is two things. Okay, two very important things that, you know, just came up that I feel like I have to get into topic only because like I have a feeling that like basically it's like if I'm not stating it on this video, someone's gonna come at me and, you know, ask me, you know, like did I know about it. So anyways, one of those is basically the Nintendo Switch Lite. Okay, so we're gonna do basically like the second part of, you know, like basically for Forte's Folklore, aka stories, aka, you know, because technically I did state at the beginning, or not even on my banner, that, you know, this technically, you know, was also, you know, like a game, you know, basically like I do game play tests and theories and, you know, just like my own personal opinion on certain things. So this is what we're gonna do basically. Okay, so what do I think about the Nintendo Switch Lite? Do I recommend it? Did I buy it? Do I need it? Is it good for you? Is it bad? Okay, so we're gonna go first into basically the game. Should you buy it? Honestly, no. If you're cheap as fuck and you just basically, it's like this. If you need a Switch, you don't have $200, and you want like a basic version of it, but like the same thing, like basically, then yes, you get it. But you're limiting yourself like by a ton, and I can't stress when I say a ton, because like basically it's like you're getting half the features the OG one has, which is a $300 version. So basically that's a dead giveaway of like no, or why I don't recommend it. Because this is basically what it is. If you guys know what a Game Boy is or a DS, that's what it is. It's not the hybrid. It's not. This Switch is literally made just to be portable. You can dock it on like the freaking dock thing, like to like play with your family. You can't do that. It's literally made for one player only. You can play two players if you hook up, like I guess in this case or in this sense, like more controllers. But even then, at the end of the day, it doesn't feel like it, because if you look at the like, basically it's like this. If you've seen the advertisement for it before, like the game or like the Switch was released, you would see that, you know, there's always like a family or at least 4 people, you know, playing this like console and enjoying it. So basically, if the original intention of like basically of Nintendo was to introduce a game or just a console that basically, you know, involved a lot of people in it, and you're just gonna use it as a handheld, then, or basically it's like this. If you're always on the go and you never like playing with family or friends or anything like that, anywhere like that, then yes, I highly recommend you get it. Because at that point, you know, you're a loner, you have no friends, you know, do your own thing basically. That's all I'm gonna leave it at basically. And you should get it. Well, for me, honestly, no, because the thing is, I do play with family, I do play with friends. Every now and then, me and my brothers, we're playing it. Friends like at school, because the thing is, like, I haven't gotten into this basically. Like, basically, I do have like a portable monitor. It's in a suitcase, and every now and then I take like Smash or something like that, and we play over there basically, you know, and we have fun. That's just, you know, honestly. Anyways. That's first reason why I don't recommend it. Okay, second reason why I don't recommend it is because of this. Sure, you could plug in more controllers, but the problem is this. If you already have Joy-Cons that could basically like, or basically like this. If the Joy-Cons are controllers by themselves, and when they're like attached to the Nintendo Switch, that's technically one controller right there. When you like undock them or just like disconnect them so there can be two, that's technically another controller. So technically you already have two controllers for the price of one console. The Nintendo Switch Lite, you can't do that. You just can't. And that's another thing that I hate. That's another feature that I hate. Like, I could get like the Pro Controller and hook it up and do it like that, but right now, before I get into my more babbling, we're gonna see the cutscene with Nico, and I'll be right back.
could use a hand.
Ugh, you got it. Wait right there.
Guys, if I'm ever rich, I'm just gonna know one thing. I want Nico to be my chauffeur. Honestly. Like, she just came out of the fucking ground like shit. Honestly, it's like, I don't know how she's getting in there, how she's getting out, but you know. Anyways, another cutscene. I'll be right back.
Malthus. Of course. More trouble. Not sure about that one, though. Never seen him before. Not in the underworld, anyway.
Search for the Devil's Sword, Sparta. You know where it is. He told me to leave it be, but I'm afraid it still concerns me. As long as there is a blood descendant of Sparta, I cannot take any chances. Do you understand? Find it and destroy it. Only then will his reign be truly realized.
Yikes. Alder Diano.
I see. I know what you are. Don't worry. I'll be gentle.
That's a reference. I'll get to that on the next game playthrough when, you know, we come back. Anyways, oh my god, honestly, like, Nightmare just coming out of nowhere. I mean, that's just like, I want to just ask the developers, what were they thinking when they were like making this, basically making you know, be into a summer type. But anyways, so that's another like reason why I don't recommend the game. Okay, but there is one big fat plus, like super big, of why I would get it if I was one of those that basically, you know, I was always on the go, and I just, you know, basically needed an excuse of why, you know, basically getting a console that was only for one player only, and you know, just in general why I would need it. Anyways, and that's because of the battery life. It's max battery life, and what's been tested for, or basically at most, like in certain circumstances, has been a max limit of 6 hours. That's actually a big, and like, it's basically beating the other, like, what's it called, the Switch by literally half of its, like, what it was given, basically. Because if you guys remember, like, well, basically, like, when the game basically got launched out, a bunch of people were mad because it basically, like battery life for it was only 3 hours. I was one of those people that was bitching, because like, basically it's like this. I could have played on my PSP or the Vita for way longer than the Switch, and I got mad because the thing is, when the Switch first came out, my first impressions were like, for the console, they were still pretty high, only because, like, I liked this console. Like, I liked that it was a hybrid. Like, it's been the first hybrid that we'd ever officially had from any of them. Like, technically, originally, if you guys remembered, Sony did say that they were gonna do something like that with the PSP, but they never got around with it, and I was like, why? It's like, you guys could have made money. But it turns out it's because basically, like, Sony didn't want to be known as, you know, like a handheld. And I get it, because technically, if you guys remember, the Vita did not originally come out for the PlayStation 4. It came out for the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 originally had, like, the most, you know, like, basically, like, at that point in time, I had the most. Fuck. Okay, I'll get to this also in the next video of what just happened here, basically. Because this is one thing I probably didn't go over, and it's one thing that I honestly hate about V, even though I do like V, and I literally always have stated that V is literally like Daisy. Like, basically, if you were to only choose one character and to, like, continue the journey and, like, see their story, he would always be the easiest, because, like, literally, look, These guys are doing this, like, basically the work for me. I've literally taken junk. I've literally taken shit. This guy is down. I attack him and now he's dead. Well, I'll attack his horse.
But of wisdom,
Hopefully
no
they close him.
can measure.
We just kill him then. Sorry, I went through like Beast's whole speech right there.
Hey!
I'm fine. I must chase him. If the Devil Sword Sparta still exists, it may very well be our only hope.
Think about this for a minute now. What will you do if you find it? You gotta be strong in mind and body to wield the Sparta, and you, sir, are not. Hate to break it to you, but the Sparta will just be too much for you.
For me, yes. But what if the boy, Nero?
I'll get into that in like the next video. Trust me, guys.
Let's go. Once we are near the Sparta, even I should be able to sense its presence.
Anyways, I'm not going through a whole lot, only because like I don't plan on making the videos like over like basically my guarantee was always that if it exceeded 20 minutes I would make like a part 2 of that same like playthrough. So yeah, but anyways, I'll get back to like in the next one basically what the Sparta is, you know, what's been going on basically. So right now, I like that tag by the way, guys. If you guys take your time and see, it says talk about horsepower. Kind of funny because I mean on the other photo like we have V taking like either that's a beer or an energy drink, whatever it is, you know. But anyways, we'll discuss also like why I'm not getting the light and why I'm not gonna do an unboxing video, only because like I don't recommend it. I just don't. Like there's only literally 1+1. There's 2 more things I have to go over. After I'm done with those, we'll be officially done of why, and we'll be also discussing what I've been mostly doing, like because there's something also like dropped on the same day, like a specific game from my childhood. That'll be it for next time. But anyways, this has been your boy Forte Falzar. You know, I want to thank again the Forte folks for, you know, liking, sharing, subscribing, you know, helping me out. And you know, basically till next time, guys. See you guys.